I want to talk about a couple of shortcuts that I've found within the program and a couple of other pointers that are mentioned in the program but are not really highlighted in any great significance. I want you to be aware that if you're sitting on the main screen, you can access any business profile at any time by clicking on your business name. Instead of going to the setup menu and clicking change business details to select another business profile, you can actually shortcut that by just clicking on your business name. If I one click here with my left mouse button, this comes up. So there's one shortcut. To change financial years, to change from one financial year to the next financial year. So for example, the clock has turned over and you've now started a new financial year. So for the first few weeks at least, you might want to be going back to the previous financial year, as there could be edits and entries that you need to perform in that financial year. So instead of having to click setup, going up into selecting financial year, you can easily do that by double clicking on the word financial year. If I double click this word, the list comes up. So it means that I can quickly select another financial year, click select, and it's gone ahead now and changed. See, it's changed down the bottom here. We've now changed to a different financial year. So I can go in here, do some work in the current financial year, and if I want to jump back to the previous one, I want to go double click that, select this, and I'm back to the previous financial year again. So there's two shortcuts within the program. I also want you to be aware that if you open up the invoice screen, we look over to the side here, we click edit on any of these particular invoices, and we naturally edit this invoice. However, that's not really how our eyes and mind work. When we try to locate an invoice, our eyes are here. Our eyes are focused on this line. Then we have to go over here and we have to look back to make sure we're editing the right invoice. You don't have to do that. This is the invoice here I want to edit, number 6. If I double click here on the actual particulars of the invoice itself, my eye's still focused here. I'm still looking at the number. I double click here with my left mouse button. Instantly, it will open that invoice. And that is exactly the same as going over here and pressing edit. So just be aware that you can do that on any of the screens. If you go to the quote screen, you can do the same thing. But at the same time, you don't actually have to click here. I could actually double click on the invoice number itself if I wanted to. But double click on number 6, it does the same thing. It opens it up. Okay, so you don't have to go over and click the edit button on the right hand side here. It's more natural to stay where your eyes are, and it's quicker and easier to click here. Now if I look at the quote column on the invoice screen, that happens to be quote number 8. If I double click that on that quote number, it's going to take me to the quote screen, and it's going to filter all the entries out except for that particular entry. Now I can just double click on that quote number now, and it's going to open that quote. I can now exit out of that, click close again, and now I'm back at the invoice screen where I came from. And you can do exactly the same activity if I'm in the quote screen. If you're in a quote screen and you know that that particular invoice was created for that quote, I could double click that and it does the same thing in reverse. So be aware of that shortcut. Another interesting point I must point out is this. If, for example, I'm in a quote, I'm pressing edit, I'm in the quote and I'm marking it against a project category. Now, once we mark it against a project category, how do we undo that? What if I select the wrong category? Or what if I selected a category and I realized, actually, I don't want to be a part of that category? How do we undo that? Simple. Double click on that line. If I double click here with my left mouse button anywhere, it removes that. Do you see that? So if I go over to an invoice now, I can do the same thing. In fact, just about anywhere in the program, to my knowledge, and we will learn that together because I'm pretty sure it works, anywhere where there's a project category, if I double click on it, it's going to remove it. So let's go to the income screen and let's see if that actually works. I'm sure it does. So this is assigned to this category. Double click. It's actually come up and asked us, do you want to remove it from the category? Yes, we do, and it's gone. Do you see that? That removes it. So just remember, to remove a project category, just double click on it.